Hello!
Hey!
Welcome to the Daily Show from the IFMAR four-wheel drive electric buggy worlds. It's brought to you by Hobbywing.
Yes, thank you to them, and thank you to all of our great partners.
Well, if you're just joining us, the track was rebuilt yesterday, not just to run in the opposite direction for two-wheel drive, but also many of the jumps have been changed to suit the performance of the extra powerful four-wheel drive cars.
Yeah, and just like in two-wheel drive, there were several practice rounds for everyone, and the day ended with a pair of controlled practice rounds to set the qualifying groups.
The control practice round is very different to qualifying because the drivers are trying to set 3 consecutive fast laps. Not the fastest time in 5 minutes, so the mindset of the driving is more different than you would think.
Also, both the front and rear tires are controlled, so there's no guesswork when it comes to the fronts.
Yeah, defending four-wheel drive champion Davide Ongaro is present, and we'll see how he did later in the program.
But before we get into that, let's look at the history of the IFMAR four-wheel drive Buggy Worlds, going all the way back to 1985.
Gil Losi Jr., as you can see, taking the first ever win when the four-wheel drive category was known as just modified. Masami with his famous win in the Schumacher in '87.
Yep, and recently you've got Ongaro and Mayfield, both more known for their nitro buggy racing at the moment, of course. But Coelho in there taking it twice. But, as we said, Ongaro is the defending champion.
And now looking at the team wins over the same time. Yokomo took the first win with Losi Jr., then Schumacher, but Yokomo was dominating most of the four-wheel drive worlds over the history of time.
Up until J Concepts won the worlds with Tebow, and then Associated finally had their own four-wheel drive from the mid-2000s.
Yep, of course, Coelho won it twice with the X-Ray, which should be pretty strong in Australia as well.
So now, looking at just the teams with the strongest lineups of drivers, the ones who have the best chance of taking the win here.
The ones that are still going, if you're honest. But anyway, yes, the field really tightens up. You've got a great lineup of drivers for Schumacher, X-Ray and Associated, all in there with big names. Don't forget, we've got this awesome contest running on the RC Racing TV Facebook page running right now. Now, here's a fantastic giveaway from Hobbywing Technology. You can win their G3 motor signed by none other than world champion Brock Champlin. All you have to do is
follow the Hobbywing Technology Facebook page, follow the RC Racing TV Facebook page, share the contest entry post on RC Racing TV's Facebook page, then reply to the contest entry post with a photo of the RC car you want to install the Hobbywing V10 G3 motor in.
Nice, that will be pretty sweet. Thank you to our title sponsor Hobbywing. So, how did practice go for our racers?
Well, let's just say the first time out on track, even the top drivers had plenty to learn. Let's see how it went in the J Concepts Hot Laps.
Landing it, and then if you short it all and get bucked up and overshoot the lander, man.
Come up just slightly short on that triple there.
Oh, following Ribkin there as he's upside down at the top of the hill. Ooh, think we're going to get him, Mitch.
Yeah,
maybe we spoke too. Oh, my fault. Whoa, just absolutely using the throttle. Oh, I was just going to say Orlowski was looking like he was on a good lap.
26.0, 25.960. We have finally cracked the 25s. It took a little bit longer than I thought.
9.2 for the Schumacher, Kobovic. Oh my, 25.4 from Kobovic. Oh, if this is a good one. Oh. Didn't lose much time there, and that moves him to the top of the board. How you doing? Keep it moving. Oh, he is knocking on the door. 25.7 and 25.4. If he can do a 4 here, that's going to be money right there.
Tracks change direction. Doesn't look as flowing to me. Kind of jumps. You've got a bit of a flatland section on the what was supposed to be triple for full drive. So some of the jumps look a little bit awkward. And I think that's contrary to the fact there's been loads of crashes today. Drivers making mistakes all over the place. Obviously that'll tidy up for qualifying, but actually I think it'll make some really good racing. As drivers kind of will get into the groove for qualifying. But yeah, it doesn't look the easiest track, doesn't look quite as flowing as a two-wheel drive track, a little bit awkward, which should make some great racing. looking forward to qualifying and seeing what happens as the guys hit the track tomorrow.
It's great to see that even the pros take a bit of time to get their eye into a new track, but then a couple of rounds of practice and they're light years ahead of the rest of us.
That's what makes them pros.
Yeah. Well, we spotted loads of new stuff out there.
Yeah, like the Mugen four-wheel drive, driven by Burek Kilic. Let's see what he has to say about the prototype racer.
Questions coming thick and fast in the chat. What is the car that we're running in four-wheel for you?
That's the Mugen Psyche prototype car.
Anything more you can tell us?
Not yet.
It's not really giving anything away there.
No. But Dakota Fend on the X-Ray was looking good. Here's what he had to say about his runs.
We're running a book on fastest time of the weekend. We're at 26.0 right now. How low do you think we're going to get later on?
I'm sure we'll get into the 24s probably.
Of course, as the day went on, the track dried out and the conditions helped the drivers go faster. One of the fastest drivers was Daniel Kobovic.
It was a lot better. I had so much grip now. Missing a bit of speed now. Can turn up the Hobbywing stuff now, finally, after getting the grip in the car. It was really good. We'll continue working and yeah.
Okay, makes sense. With more grip comes more speed. And Scott Guyot asked the Schumacher driver about strapping in some extra Hobbywing power.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried a 7.0 and a 6.5, and that's currently where I am. And yeah, might even go higher.
One thing that confused us early on was this weird body swap that seems to have happened. Carup is running the Orlovsky Practice Blue, and Orlovsky is now running racing colours.
Yeah, very weird.
I think it's mind games. I think Carup's like, I could be blue as well.
Yeah,
and as
anybody
we know,
can buy the paint.
Yeah.
So with 2 rounds of controlled practice complete, we have the racers sorted into their qualifying groups.
And there's the top group of racers. Quite a mix of brands, drivers and power options.
And of course, great work by the top-seeded drivers. Carup top seed, very confident as always. Kobovic looking super strong. And Fend right up there in the X-Ray.
That's more like it. 3 brands up in the top 3.
Yes.
This is going to be a good race now. This is going to be good. I mean, the last one was good, but this is going to be a bit more wide open.
Yes.
And yeah, it's going to be good.
Now, let's hear from our inside man at the track on the activity in the pits, Oisin from Red RC.
So day 1 of 4-wheel drive action in the books here in Sydney, and it's been a far more interesting day, I would say, than it was in 2-wheel drive, because we've a lot more manufacturers in the mix. And the big thing is today, I suppose, is that X-Ray showed up and had a really, really strong finish to the day. But overall, the day started out with our world champion David Angaro setting the early pace in practice. And then it was a Schumacher that came to the top with Daniel Kobovic, who showed really well in 2-wheel drive, carrying that form into 4-wheel drive. But then when we went to seeding, Daniel took the first round, but then it was Marcus Carup who turned up, and he is the top seed now going into qualifying tomorrow. So from tons of the drivers in the pits today, the big talking point was the direction change of the track, and it seems that they've scored another hit there with the drivers, although many drivers do expect that it's going to get very hectic when we get into proper racing later on in the event. Drivers, again, fine-tuning the cars, but overall, it's all small little changes. One of the biggest changes we did see today was from Burek Kilic with the new Mugen. He basically went with a completely different setup from what he started out, and it transformed his car. But in the rest of the other teams like X-Ray and Associated, it's all small changes, like details. David Angaro is working on body shells, saying there's quite a difference between the 2 J Concepts bodies he's tried, and he just wants to finalise which one he will go with. But the big thing is the setup is so critical to the time of day at the track because the conditions change so much here. So one talking point for today is the fact that our 2-wheel drive world champion came back to reality pretty quickly. I think he started out the day with a P18 run. And he ends up in the second fastest heat. But we can't really read too much into that because, as we've seen in 2-wheel drive, he was in the second fastest heat and now he's the new world champion. But overall, I think from what we've seen today in 4-wheel drive, it's going to be really, really intense qualifying. There's so many more drivers in the mix in 4-wheel drive, and the track is, it's quite a challenging track. So I expect there's going to be quite a few mistakes. So I think we're going to see a lot of drivers up and down the order tomorrow, and I think it's going to be really, really exciting here.
And be sure to check out redrc.net to get the deep dive on all the information that Oisin's been soaking up in the pits and around the track. Now let's hear from Scotty and his thoughts on today's track action.
Hey everybody, Scotty Ernst here, and 4-wheel drive is underway, and day number 1 of that 4-wheel drive is in the books. You wonder if you can get excited about control practice and seating, but it definitely had an amazing vibe today. After the highlight of two-wheel drive and Brock Chamberlain winning that, there were all kinds of stories that were being talked about who was going to be at the top of four-wheel drive, and it ended up to be an absolute dogfight to the end, coming down to control practice, round number 2. The final 3 laps decided it, and it was Marcus Carup sneaking it out with 3 magical laps to move to the top above Daniel Kovacevic. Kovacevic had looked the strongest in the final few practice rounds, and in control practice 1, he had the best time, but at the end, there was Marcus Carup going to be the top seed. Now, top seed doesn't mean he's going to roll off first in qualifying, as tomorrow morning we have one more control practice, and the final results of that control practice will make the qualifying start for Q1. Then we're going to hit 5 rounds of qualifying. It's going to be a great time. A little bit of change down here. Daylight savings time, so the clocks move. So we hope everybody's going to be here on time with the advancement of the clock, but it just adds to more of the talk here at the World Championship. A great day today. We're excited for tomorrow to get down to the official business. Qualifying going to happen for four-wheel drive here in Australia.
Now, don't forget, we are giving away a Savox servo to one of you guys.
What's the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal?
To celebrate our daily Worlds coverage, Team Savox wants to send you a brand new Team Savox servo and pit mat. This is a worldwide contest that anyone can enter on Facebook. Just follow the Team Savox page, then comment on the contest post with an RC-related photo.
Now, you know us, we're always working on cool content and things to watch on this channel. And here is what's coming up this winter season.
Welcome back to RC Autopsy.
It's factory, that, mate. That is proper factory.
Out of all the companies I've talked about up until now, none are currently as polarizing as TLR.
Wouldn't it be really cool if we could take a detailed look comparing the cars from those early periods right up to the present day?
Probably my favourite period of how the cars felt to drive.
We're not only going to take a look at those cars through this series, but we're actually going to run them here on the Cotswolds track.
Over here, we are moving to the quality control.
Be pretty pleased with that. A couple little bubbles in the middle.
We're come out after Mayfield to make a little bit more space on those pipes, buddy. World champion Marcus Carup.
Let's get this built and go racing.
Be calm and try to don't have pressure and
thinking about how to improve the car and taking ideas from different classes of racing.
And of course, RCTV Heroes get to see all of that content first.
Yes. And do you want to win this exact buggy right here?
Yes.
The world champion LD3 car from Schumacher. If you're an RCTV Hero, before the four-wheel drive program started, you're already entered. But we're going to have monthly prize draws starting very soon that only heroes can access. Look out for details on that very soon.
Wherever you are in the world, here is your start time for tomorrow for qualifying.
And we start with the final round of controlled practice.
And then the racers move on to 4 rounds of qualifying, where it's 5 minutes for glory.
You can watch that live on RC Race Media, and of course, catch the World's Daily Show right here tomorrow.
Until then, bye.